Hi, coming back at you one more time with another intelligent automation story. I'm here with the head of product development at Purchasing Power.
Tumara Jackson.
So, Tamara, tell us a little bit about how long you've been at Purchasing Power before we get started.
I've been with Purchasing Power for 16 years now.
Now, this leading question is for one very specific reason. We've been changing technology over and over again. Every year there's a new shiny toy. So tell me a little bit about how all these changes have gone into your work as a product developer. How do you take those all in, prioritize which ones you're going to continue to use? How is it that you stay up to date?
Yes, so the biggest part of our planning comes with being aligned with the business. So in order to do some planning, I spend a good deal of time talking to all of the different C-suite owners to better understand what their pain points are, what problems they want to solve in their businesses, and also how they might want to see the work in their teams evolve over time. So I'd say about 5 years ago, a lot of that had to do with I want to add new platforms. Now we have a proliferation of platforms across the enterprise, and they're seemingly not connected. And so a lot of the business cases right now revolve around how do I connect these platforms and how do I free my people up to use the power of these platforms to make better decisions as opposed to spending their time working the platforms themselves. And so based on those interviews, I gathered a lot of different use case data and worked across the enterprise to prioritize that. And now I have a pretty big backlog of potential automation projects that I'm churning through at the moment.
With all these technologies that have come on the scene, how is it that you determine and think through what's going to be prioritized, especially now that everybody is on track to look for orchestration? How do we connect the dots of all these applications that we've procured over the years? So how is it that you take that? What is it that you do to kind of make sense of everything that you have and what's next?
Yeah, it's a great question. So in order to do some of the sense making, I had to take sort of a wide view of all of the business cases that I was able to gather and work with my leadership to really define what our North Star is. And for us, it is for the short and probably the midterm, really to empower our employees and to make their work experience better. So that means driving efficiencies into the organization and driving out manual processes that are very redundant, freeing people up to work on higher value work. So after defining that North Star, I was really in search of a platform that could really go across the enterprise and help with that orchestration, something that wouldn't be sort of a point solution for one department, something that could scale really across the entire company. And I had an opportunity to learn that UiPath is really great for those types of processes. And we just launched our first one 2 weeks ago.
Wow, well, congratulations. And
Thanks.
one of the things that I love about when folks first adopt their UiPath environment, the sky is the limit. The amount of platform features and functionality is just tremendous. The trick to getting it right, however, is ensuring that everybody that's involved, all the beneficiaries, are staying plugged in and understand what you are aiming to do with that technology. So tell us a little bit about how the communication goes at Purchasing Power between you and your constituents and all the folks that are ultimately going to benefit from this new shiny toy you brought on.
Yes, so that was a bit of a challenge to start. And I think no matter how much you explain AI and automation, really people need to see it in action. And so luckily, the team at UiPath and the system integrator we worked with worked really hard on a proof of concept so that we could show people what the power of the platform was. That really was a game changer in terms of getting people on board. And it really just helped with the communication piece because people could see what the future was going to look like. That made the process of drilling down into very specific business requirements a lot easier because people could they could see the project and talk about it with the end in mind.
Yes, and I think that's exactly where we're at. My background is in process improvement, so reverse engineering is always the best show and tell. So I applaud you on your new shiny toy.
Thank
It
you.
sounds like everybody has a lot in store for them, and we'll have to check back in with you and see how things are going a year from now.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thank you so much. And once again, another intelligent automation story from the field.